My name is Savannah McKelly, and this is my opinion and review on the movie To Live. One way to take in the movie To Live, directed by Zhang Yimou, is to think of it as a way to conquer life through hard times, but still see it good, and see that you have learned something worthwhile. Take a scene from the movie. Fugui takes his wife, son-in-law, and grandson down to his past son and daughter's gravesite. They give the son's grave fresh dumplings each time they go, and they give the daughter-in-law pictures of her son, or Fugui's grandson, once a year. And as they go to their beloved dead relatives, the grandson, named Little Bun in the movie, named Coogan in the book, asks him why he does this, and asks his wife why he does this. And his wife, Jia says, or tells her grandson, that she made a promise to his mother that she would take one picture a year and let her see them. How the story basically goes in this movie is a young rich man, Fugui, has gambled his family's fortune and is put through the Cultural Revolution with his family and the death to his only 2 children, but gains a son-in-law and a grandson, and still able to see things through a lighter style in his life. The central part of this story is after being taken into war, being forced to fight, losing family member after family member, both in the same hospital, he is still, even in the end, able to come together with what he has left, like his wife, his son-in-law, and his grandson, and the one happiness in life to go to his dead children's grave sites. Personally, I liked the acting. Even though it was in another language, there were still subtitles so I could understand. I thought some of it was unrealistic. A lot of the acting seemed like they weren't putting their all into it. Like the part when Yoqing goes to give his father the bowl of the chili sauce as his wife and his son did as a prank. The little boy's acting was not as convincing as it could be. But that could have been because he's a young actor, so he can't necessarily expect a whole lot. But a part of the acting that I really did like was the sadness in Jia face when her son when her daughter Fixenia was dying from childbirth. The sadness that she had as she was trying to talk to her daughter, and the tears and the wrinkles in the eyes, and the worried look on Fixenia's face, and her lips turning blue, and the worry in her eyes. It seemed like you were right there next to Fixenia at the hospital bed, holding her hand and crying with Jia. It seemed like you were actually there, and that's how I felt when I watched the movie. That part of the acting I thought was phenomenal. But the younger actors, I did think they needed a little bit more attention, but all in all, the acting was pretty good. I really liked it. What really makes the film for me, having read the book first, I was really attached to the book, and I was expecting a lot from the movie because the book is the original. I did expect the movie to be a lot more, like, show a lot more poverty and a lot more falling of the stars, like how dramatic the scene was in the movie where Fugwe and his two war buddies got taken away, and his one war buddy was trying to find his long-lost brother, and he got murdered, and how they were chased down that snow field and captured by the enemies. That part was very intense and adrenaline rushing, and I truly did feel like in the beginning when Fugwe had all of his riches and he was really young that he was truly careless, just like he was in the book, but it didn't seem like he was rich. It just seemed like he was just kind of like, middle class, which probably was. But in the book, it made it seem like he was top of the line type rich, him and his family, his father mainly. The one scene that I think really does embrace from the book was when his father finds out he gambled away all of his land, and now they're poor, and his father's nice and calm until he gets up and walks over to his son and threatens to kill him and calling him a bastard, and just how you could feel the sadness in his father's voice, but you can see the anger. You can see the physical anger, how he had his cane above his head and was trying to hit him, and it was just very emotional, especially to the father, obviously, because now they have nothing. My main reaction to the movie, as far as to how it relates to the book, I liked how it had a lot of the similarities. The feeling itself, I didn't have the same feeling. The movie was interesting, yes, and it did have a lot of the same things as the book, but truly, I was more interested in the book, to be honest. I found I could relate to the book a whole lot more, and the movie, the acting wasn't that good, but it was well put together. You could anticipate what was coming next while watching the movie because you'd already read the book. So you knew what was coming next, but then it would flip it, and you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. It was a good twist. I really liked the book, and I hope you guys also like my review, and I hope you try to read the book. I know we all don't read. We can all admit to that. But I also encourage you to watch the movie as well. It is very intense, emotional, and it helps you take examples from your own life and see things through a lighter eye. See things in a brighter way. Even if your life hasn't been so bright, you can still take good from the bad and learn to deal with it and learn to pass it on through other experiences in your life. And it's a really good movie and a good book. Both very well put together. Thank you. Hope you guys like my video.